Those are dual-purpose smokes. Very smart by Rusty there. A battle with T1 and Tianbo over on the other side. Gabmiao, however, still trying to prevent anybody from getting further up this hill. The angle's still steep. 4-kill demo. Now Gabmiao goes down to Necro. So this is fantastic work by Furia.
Great effort to try and constantly sweep back and forth like window shield wipes, just clearing their hill to try and take control. Now Necro falls down. This could be terrifying for them. We'll see if they opt to push back. They need to contain them. They need to maintain control and need to prevent T1 from potentially pushing down below and shooting at them from behind. They know that they're down there. They know that they're bruised up, and now they're trying to take the fight to them. In the meantime, Aqua 5 finds Minx, but damage still being done. Edie finds Rusty, but Edie goes down in return. DXG finally have woken and pushed forward.
Conaxy does have an AWM. You're not going to find much use for it here. Molly goes down right next to this res, and it does almost catch Rusty Zera. They're able to move in time, but Conaxy, what in the world? How the heck does he do that? Conaxy, you madman. Dagche tries to finish his round, gets about half health, not able to do it. Gonna let fly with a frag, see if that one can get over the hill. It does not. Conaxy, through the smoke, just senses where they're at. Hip fires them down. Dials in with a 2x and finishes the job. My word, Conaxy, that is crazy.
Hip fire through the smoke. That is, yep. You don't see that one every day. And you gotta say, I mean, for Tianba, I think there's a strategy to this, to be fair. You want to line up next to a passive team. Because Tianba has had absolutely no worries for DXG peeking over towards them. I don't think it's just them. Maybe it's just them knowing, well, DXG, they never push anything. We'll just sit with them on one side. That means you won't have to worry about the other.
Yeah, it's really going to be difficult for them. They are getting across that dirt path at least for Division X, but it's going to end up to the north of them as where the star will find itself. Now, Lorena just putting a few shots down towards T1, keeping him honest a bit. There's the center of the circle. Thank you, observers. Conaxy going to wait this one out as long as he can. He knows every other team has at least a couple going for them most likely, so it's his turn to try to get that rat victory. Long K is watching over, and Tianba is biding their time. Grenade in front of him. Ming's well aware that he's over there. Takes a touch of blue. Ming's now gets put down by Long K, so the patience so far not too bad for Division X. They're making their shots count.
It's so weird trying to say who deserves a win more than others, because all these teams have gotten to the late game, but I just gotta give credit to Tianba. They have been maneuvering so much. They have been really doing everything they could to hold off. And now, finally, we see Division X Gaming peek forward, and they slaughter them once again. Toby or Moran, stop cursing, teams. They get eliminated in seconds. Tianba does the exact same thing. And there you go, T1-2. It's just Division X Gaming and Buriram again with a chance to win. It's just Conaxy, the 1 versus 2.
Well, Conaxy's already had a couple highlight reel moments here in this round. Let's see if he can finish the job and right the ship for Buriram. See if they can avoid another second. He has a decent angle there, isn't able to connect anything onto Fergus. More smokes just straight up the gut. Not a lot of utility for either of these teams. One Molly left here for Conaxy. A bunch of stuns as well. Start ringing out. Long K on the flank here. Conaxy's aware of it. Goes right into the smoke. What a maneuver by Conaxy to avoid any fire. Comes up over the hill. Gets one. There's Fergus. Gets two. That's going to be Buriram taking the game.
Far eastern side, and that ended up being a very winning position for them.
It was also down to how they actually played it out from there. They were taking really slow, really passive. They knew we don't need to take any fights. We don't want to take any fights, but they did take a fight against Furia. It didn't end up too well. They did lose a few people, but I mean, in the end, though, Conaxy being able to do that 1v2 clutch against them, and also, of course, him being able to clutch down the game against all of the other teams. We saw him basically joining forces with Tianba against T1 there, and then Division X Gamer, of course, took out Tianba, and that last clutch by Conaxy, the tables have turned. They're not the one who are losing those fights when they are more men up. Now, Conaxy was the last man up, and he brought it all the way back home, getting himself the first chicken dinner here in the PGIS.